Mr. Advani, sir, coming to you with another point, which is we are talking about Karnataka and the way the people of Karnataka have voted for a national level party. It raises again issues of analysis for the other southern states of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, where coalition governments have been in vogue. What is it about Karnataka that regional parties have not been able to step in and they always look at a national interface?
I would say that after the UP elections to the state assembly, the last ones particularly, after that verdict came, there were many in public life or many political observers and analysts who felt slightly worried that the mainstream parties seem to be shrinking and their space is being occupied by caste-based parties. Frankly, I am not worried so much about regional parties. I am more worried about purely caste-based parties. Regional parties look after the interest of regions, in which there is nothing wrong about it. But this was a matter of worry. And here, if in Karnataka that has not taken place, and in Karnataka it is the two main national parties who have scored well, though mine has scored much better than the other. It's welcome development. So that's all that I can say.
So at a point in time when your party in between was not really scoring that high, issues were being raised about the point that after Atalji and you, the second string of the BJP wasn't really happening and a lot of question marks were being raised. But now the scenario has changed. You have a Narendra Modi, you have a Sushma Swaraj, you have Rajnath Singh, you have Arun Jaitley. But what is it about Arun Jaitley that wherever you send him, you seem to win that state?
This has been a situation since nearly 2 or 3 decades, and yet people always say Vajpayee and Advani, after that there is no one. It's the only party in which systematically a second line of leadership has evolved, grown up, has been groomed over decades. And therefore it is that we have had very successful chief ministers in various states. And of course, Narendra Modi has come up in a different way, but even earlier, I can name so many. I feel very happy, and particularly now after having had the opportunity of putting down in black and white my experiences and my narration of the history of the BJP. I feel very satisfied as to how my party has contributed not only to strengthening democracy and unity of the country, looking after the welfare of the people, but also to strengthening the party system in the country.
Sir, last year you had said that you are seeing general elections now in April and May of 2009. Now you're in a clear majority in 7 states, you're in a coalition in 5. When are you seeing the general elections now, or when would you like to see them?
In 1900 and in 2007, around Independence Day, a fierce fight broke out between the leftists and the Congress party on the issue of the nuclear deal with America. And at that point, everything became uncertain. The central government became unstable, and it was non-functional for several months. And then it was that everyone spoke about the possibility of an early election. But now, after the results of various states, and in which I think this Karnataka result has almost clinched the issue, I do not see Lok Sabha elections taking place in 2008, and it will take place in 2009, maybe a couple of months before May, maybe February, March, but certainly not in 2008.
Mr. Advani, sir, one last question. We know that we've taken a lot of your time and thank you very much for that. Just one last point that since 1990, when one was in Ayodhya and the Ram Janambhoomi movement started, till now, the way your party has evolved, at that point I remember there was a lot of brutal aggression in your ranks, also as part of the Sangh Parivar. Somewhere along the line, probably under your political tutelage, it has become tempered aggression. Is that your personal signature?
What kind of aggression are you referring to?
Political aggression.
I did not see anything in 1990. Political aggression. It was an issue which inspired millions in the country, and today also millions in the country would like the temple to come up, and we have said about it several times that it is one of the aspirations of the people, and which my party would certainly like to see fulfilled.
Mr. Advani, one final question. You are the BJP and the NDA's Prime Ministerial candidate. I know you have a certain vision for the country which you would like to fulfill as Prime Minister. But can I ask you that personally speaking, how important is it for you to become Prime Minister? And how much of a disappointment would it be if you didn't make it to Prime Ministership?
It's a question which I have answered many times. I would like to see this country becoming one of the superpowers of the world, respected by the whole world, and my party contributing to that achievement. That's my ambition, and I hope I'll be able to see it in my lifetime.
Mr. Advani, sir, thank you very much for your time, for speaking with NewsX, and from the entire team of NewsX, we would like to congratulate you on a magnificent performance in Karnataka. Hope to share some more moments with you as time goes by. But for now, thank you very, very much for speaking with NewsX.
And thank you, Arup, for this interview. And I haven't seen NewsX much because it's only a recent arrival. But I hope to see this interview when you put it out.
Yes, sir, you shall, and we shall ensure that you get to watch the channel more, NewsX, at your home, and your other party members are already watching, depending on the feedback that we are getting. Thank you, sir, for speaking with us.
It's a great advantage. By a simple statement that this is not a question, it's a suggestion for action.